The president said last week that there's no inevitability around a recession, but there is a greater deal of market concern about exactly that. And I know that inflation is your number one concern, but can you talk a little bit about if you're doing anything at all to prevent a recession or a rise in unemployment?
So the way that we see this, and you've heard us talk about this, that we're in a moment of transition. We are in a unique situation with the historical gains with our economy. The way that we see it is unemployment rate has held steady at 3.6, which is also near historic lows. Business investment remains strong. Household balance sheets remain strong. There was an analysis that came out recently that showed middle-class Americans had an additional $10,000 in savings then before the pandemic. Another analysis found that all income groups had higher checking account balances at the end of March than they had pre-pandemic. So we see that the strengths that our economic strength that we have seen from this past year, from the action that the president has taken with the American Rescue Plan, with what we have seen with the historical gains, that is going to help us deal with a recession. Right now, we don't see a recession right now. We're not in a recession right now. Right now, we're in a transition where we are going to go into a place of stable and steady growth, and that's going to be our focus.
And just one more. AAA was out with a report today saying that there's going to be a record number of people driving for the 4th of July holiday, and I'm wondering what that tells you about whether inflation is in fact the top concern for the American people, and whether there's a role for conservation to play given the extreme demands on energy supplies right now.
Well, say a little bit more. You're saying
Americans are happy, it would seem, to go out
I see what you're
and
saying.
to pay as much money as gas costs to go on vacation and do all of the things that they would normally do. In fact, more so than in the past. So what do you think about that? And do you think it's appropriate given the constraints on energy supplies globally?
I mean, look, Americans are going to do what they feel is right for themselves and for their family. That's not something for us to make a judgment on. I think what we're seeing right now is, we've been in a pandemic for some time, and I think Americans are feeling as if this summer it's time to get out and go visit families, and I think that's a reaction that we're seeing there. But I have to say, a lot of that is thankful to the president and the work that he has done to make sure that more than 220 million people are fully vaccinated. That matters. Today he's going to visit a COVID health center where we are going to be able to vaccinate our youngest among us, which is the 0 to 5. That's about 18 million young people, which is a lot of that work is due because of what the president has been able to do, and the American Rescue Plan and the vaccination strategy that he put forward the moment that he walked into this administration. Look, it's not for me to say what Americans can do or can't do, but I do think this is kind of the pendulum swinging as we are more people are vaccinated and more folks are feeling more comfortable and more safe to get out there. Okay. And I'll go to the back in a second. Go ahead.
Thanks, Karine. What kind of visibility does the administration have into the, quote, logistical error that prevented Brittany Griner, who's being held in Russia, from speaking by phone with her wife? And how is a mistake like that acceptable given kind of the stakes at this moment?
So this was an unfortunate mistake. And the Department of State is working to rectify this as quickly as possible. From what I understand, there is a phone interview has been scheduled. I'm not going to speak to when. That is up to Brittany Griner's partner to decide, her wife, to decide if they want to make that public. Anything else, I would defer you to the State Department.
And does Brittany Griner's wife talked about meeting with the president, or her desire to meet with the president? Is that something that's on the table or an option at this point?
I don't have anything to share about, we don't have anything to share about a potential phone conversation or meeting. What I can say is that the State Department has been in regular touch with Mrs. Griner. She's also spoken to Secretary Blinken, which we have mentioned before. This is certainly any American that is held abroad is a priority for this president. We've spoken to that, and we will do everything that we can to bring them home. I'm going to go to the
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from Blaze TV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.